Dorian Etheridge.
Well, how do you feel?
I feel great. Just good to be back out there with my team.
Were you close last week to being back out there? I know you warmed up.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't all the way there yet, and like we made that decision. It wasn't risk. It wasn't worth it.
How tough was it watching, and what can you do to kind of help now being back?
Yeah, of course, since playing all year last year, that was like my first few games not playing. I mean, you're seeing everything, talking to him. Being a good teammate, but it's nothing like being out there. That really got to me. That's what we had to get back harder than ever.
How'd you feel the guys did, replacing you while you were out?
Oh, great. Learning. We're all young, so they're going to hit some bumps and all that stuff, but they're getting it.
Robert Hicks had a huge game while you were out. What'd you think of his performance?
Oh, yeah, like I said, young guy. He just has the athletic ability. He's just a player. He just has to learn the ropes of the game.
When you're out and not playing, can you watch the game differently and maybe see some things and pick up some things that might help you now that you return?
Oh yeah, of course. I was Coach Dorian when I was out there. So it's just like they just get the feedback every time I come out there. I'm in their face every time they come to the sideline. I know they're probably getting tired of me, but it was just they knew I was trying to help them.
Like what kinds of things would you say?
Just things part of the game plan, just things we went over and all that. So you see this, just making sure they got everything out there.
If I remember right, Coach originally said they thought it might be worse. When you got hurt, you obviously went through the whole year last year. How tough was that process of being down and thinking, oh man, not me?
Oh yeah, of course, you never think it's going to be you, and of course when it is, you just gotta get back. You just gotta hit the rehab and all that stuff, and you still gotta keep the positive energy. Being one of the leaders on the team and on the defense, you still gotta make your presence felt. Even if it's just words.
What's this week been like for you guys, and how much are you trying to pick things up as a team, kind of keep things together?
Oh yeah, our main thing is just focus this week. We have great effort. Everybody's been flying around on that stuff. It's just that we just have to put the little small things, part of the details.
You said you're feeling better. You think you'll be back this week?
Oh yeah, definitely.
When you're out there, we know how much responsibility you have. What do you feel like is your main role?
Of course, communication. Just the vocal leader out there. That makes all of the difference when everybody's just on the same track.
You had a chance to watch much Florida State film, and what do you think? Obviously, especially with their running game.
Oh yeah, they have. I think that's really they focus their running. Their offense around their running backs. They have two good backs, have a good quarterback. We just have to make sure that we contain them.
What have you thought about the way the defense has played overall in the first 4 games?
Honestly, I think they've played pretty well. Sticking to the game plan we just have to get off the field on third downs. That's when our focus is. Game 1, and that's one of those things we've been working on more and more. But we've been stopping the run more. That was a big focus coming to the year, of course, from last year. And we're a young defense, and then we were getting better and better every week.
Dorian, I remember during media day you said that when things got tough last year, some of the older defensive guys quit. How do you make sure that doesn't happen this year with all the negativity from the outside so far?
We were all close. We all just got to have each other back. We know that everybody's not going to be around when you're losing, but it's just one of those things we just got to keep going. And like I said, a young group of guys. I'm 19 years old. I'm one of the leaders on the team, so it's just like as long as I got my guys around me, we got each other's back. It don't really matter the other stuff.
What's the morale and confidence like in the locker room like right now?
Oh, we just know when the season is going like that, it's still the beginning of the season, and you have mistakes. Only thing you can do is learn from them.
Did you feel like in the second half, as things got away from you, that it was harder to keep guys together on Saturday?
Yeah, but one of those things about the defense that I have noticed that we don't have any of those guys that really bring that negative energy. Even to the last play, you're gonna see guys giving it their all, and it's one of those things you can't do nothing but appreciate that.
Did you think that when you were away, what did you think about the guys, the way they played, and then what are the keys to forcing turnovers?
No, you said when I was away.
Yeah, when you were out, when you were injured, what did you think of the way the guys played with regard to turnovers, and what are the keys to?
Oh, we definitely have to make that a focus, getting the ball back to our offense so they can get more looks. But like I said, when things is like when we have a young defense, you just want to make sure everybody does their job first. The turnovers, being in the right spots, getting pressure on the quarterback, the turnovers will come after that. But we don't have guys doing the right thing, and those things don't fall in line.
All right. Thanks, Dorian.
Thank you.